What is up, fellow YouTubers? There we go. What is up, YouTube? We're live on the King Cobra JFS channel. So, we got a video response to Bulldog Mindset with his video that was published January 20th, 2021. And, crack open the only monster I have left in my fridge. Let's go. So, sex as a weapon. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. There are a lot of men who have complained that women will use sex as a bargaining tool, basically, as a weapon to get what they want. And I agree/disagree with it, and we're going to get into that. But this is going to be a gender relations type video, so if that's not your cup of tea and you don't want to watch, there's the back button. But yeah, welcome back to the King Cobra JFS channel. Big thanks to those of you who are ordering merchandise from both Teespring and Customized Girl. Appreciate that. Got my own clothing line on customizedgirl.com. This storefront is called King Cobra's Fang. Look sharp in King Cobra's Fang clothing. And I have a couple of unisex items, which means both men and women can wear. A couple of things strictly designed for the ladies, and then of course everything else. So who is the Bulldog Mindset? It's a men's grooming channel. Basically, this dude is like your guru. He will help you get the body you want, get the chicks you want, help gain financial independence, etc., etc. Okay, he's one of those self-help types of dudes. So, thank you, Bulldog Mindset, for doing what you do on YouTube. But sex as a weapon. Yep, a lot of complaints that men will have when it comes to women is that women will use sex as a weapon or a bargaining chip. At the end of the day, it is her body, her right. So, it's her choice who she decides to sleep with. But women do this crap because they know it works. They know that a man's masculinity, according to society, is defined by how much pussy he can get if he's straight. It's the same ugly, disgusting pressure that society puts on women to get married. There's way too much pressure for women to get married and have kids, and way too much pressure for men to have sex, and it's ridiculous. Like, where's that white picket fence of yours, man? I have often said this on my channel. If you want the keys to a successful and happy relationship, more sex, less fighting, never go to bed angry, respect and love and trust each other. And on that same note, don't just give it to them willy-nilly. You know, you want to make them work for it a little bit. I get that. It's sort of like when your dog behaves themselves, ladies, and you want to reward your dog with a treat. You're like, oh, is that a good doggy? You know what I'm saying? Like if your dog poops outside and you're potty training them, you show them affection, you show them love. You're like, who's a good doggy for going potty outside? And you'll notice that every dog is different. They'll show you signs, their way of saying, hey man, I gotta go out, you know what I'm saying? Your dog will tell you they gotta go outside and use the restroom. They will, you know. And humans are no different in that aspect. When you reward good behavior with a treat, it encourages good behavior. At the same time, ladies, you got to realize this, that, you know, you're in a rush to get married. It doesn't mean he is. When I first saw the title of the video, I'm like, what in the fudge is this going to be about, man? Let's watch.
What's up, Bulldogs? In this video, we're going to be talking about women using sex as a weapon, weaponized sex. Right? This is something that a lot of guys have asked me about. I've encountered a lot.
And don't get it twisted. Just because there are some women who weaponize sex and use it to get what they want from men, men are pretty shitty too when it comes to this. Like, now, if the stereotype is that men just use women for sex, of course they're going to weaponize it. You know what I'm saying? The way a lot of women see it, they're like, well, if that asshole is just going to use them for their pussy, they might as well get something out of it too. But at the same time, women who weaponize sex and use it, you know, that's horrible shit because they know it works, right? They know it works. Just like your stereotypical chick who's just trying to find the right guy and she just can't seem to get it together. Some asshole pulls up with some nice smelling cologne, driving a Ferrari, fucking pops out of the car with a rose in his hand, and pretty compliments and nice words. And you know what I'm saying? And she falls for it every time, and then, oh geez, all men are assholes now. Okay. If all men are assholes and all women are bitches, that's just gender equality at its finest. Both sides are guilty. And let's get this straight. I'm not here to pick on women. I got mad respect for women. However, I'm not afraid to tell it like it is and call out bullshit when I see it. And I'm like that for both sides, dude. You know, because you cannot acknowledge what one side does without first examining what the other side does. Okay, this is all part of the stupid bullshit courtship ritual thing that people do. Like, and you know how many times guys will do the dumbest of things? Okay, guys will do stupid shit to impress chicks. And chicks know this shit works, right? You know, if that dude's standing there with a hot ass fuck chick on the other side of this humongous pit, and that chick says that you can fuck her, take her out to dinner, all that good shit, but you have to walk across this pit of broken glass, rusty nails, and hot coals. Now, if that guy wants pussy bad enough, what do you think he's going to do? He's like, well, shit, all I got to do is walk across this pit of hot coals, broken glass, and rusty nails, and then that chick will fuck me? Damn, she's cute. Yeah, fucking A. You sit there seeing him take off his goddamn shoes like, ow, fuck, ow, ow, ow. By the time he gets to walking over that pit of broken glass, rusty nails, and hot coals, there's a nurse on the other side giving him a tetanus shot. His feet are bleeding, so then, like, he gets his feet wrapped up in gauze, and then freaking person walks over, grabs his shoes, and says, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And then the chick sits there and says, okay, you can fuck me now. You walked over that pit of broken glass, rusty nails, and hot coals. You know? So what's going to stop her from upping the antics? You know, it might start off with something little like that, then eventually it really escalates. You know what I'm saying?
Coaching guys, seeing this being used against them. And so I want to give you some strategies to first identify when sex is being used as a weapon, and then second, how to counter that, what you should respond when this is happening to you, and it will happen to you.
Okay, ladies, let me ask you a how would it feel to be in their shoes question. Ladies, how would it feel if you met the most amazing guy in your life, and when he fucked you, his dick did the job and then some? Gave you a big old orgasm every time he fucked you. Okay? And he was a gentleman, a beast in the sack, you know. He knew how to twist your knobs and your buttons just right. And brought you to that big O every time. And the sex with your man, ladies, was so good, you would brag about it to your female friends. Which, that's what gets me about women sometimes, is that if women brag about how big your dick is to their friends and how awesome you are in the bedroom, nobody says shit. But if you're a dude and you brag about how big your girlfriend's tits are and, oh my God, her pussy is so amazing, you're a fucking pig. The way I see it, if you found yourself a healthy sex partner and an adult you could be with, and you want to brag about that shit, who cares? You're happy, you're in love. Nothing wrong with that.
If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man, I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, and how to get the girls you want. Click that subscribe button.
The Bulldog Mindset had an interview with Scott Carr of Tactical Soap. I watched that interview and gave it a like. You already know the drill, people. If you want to smell good for the ladies, get yourself some Tactical Soap. Coupon code King Cobra directly off their website. We'll get you 10%. It used to be 10%. Now it's 15% off your next order. And the more you use that coupon code, eventually it'll go up to 20%. And then the savings really start coming in. I love Bond Tactical Soap. I love the way it smells. It's the way Bond Tactical Soap smells. It's very masculine. It's got a nice leathery charcoal scent. You know what I'm saying? It smells good. I'm gonna ignore the phone.
To join us, if that sounds like something you are interested in, click the bell to get notifications because YouTube does hide these videos. Click the like button if you wouldn't mind to spread this message far and wide. I appreciate that. That's how you can show your support for this channel and the videos I'm making. And it only takes you a second. It doesn't cost you anything. And then also there is a link in the cards up here for the Bulldog quiz. That is for you. That will tell you what your Bulldog score is from 0 to 100 and let you know if you're a Bulldog or not. All right, so we're going to jump right into this DM that I got here. Let me bring this up. And he says here, okay, let's skip to the interesting part. He says, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, a girl, and she was saying how she was going to stop having sex with her boyfriend until he fully commits. Getting engaged now. Personally, I have nothing wrong with full commitment. I myself am a big believer in not just randomly hooking up.
Okay, so a dude emails John from Bulldog Mindset and writes, and this dude was hanging out with his friends, and this chick said, and I quote, she was going to stop having sex with her boyfriend until he fully committed to making an honest woman out of her and getting married. See, guys, we don't get it. When it comes to a wedding, there were literally several days in a girl's life that are most precious to her. Okay? A girl's sweet 16, a girl's prom night, and a girl's wedding night. Okay? These are three things in a woman's life that mean the most to her. It's a chance for her to have that princess mentality, to feel worshipped, loved, and adored, and appreciated. Most guys don't give a shit if the wedding is super elaborate. They'll show up in a tux, say their vows, eat some cake, you know, have a banging honeymoon, and then be done with it. We're simple like that. But women, on the other hand, some women, it just depends on who you talk to, but there's a lot of women out there, you know what I'm saying, that their wedding day is everything. It just has to be perfect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a chance for women to be catty towards each other, like, oh, hey, look, you're the last one to catch the bouquet in the group every time. Haha, sucks to be you. Now, personally speaking, I would not marry a chick until I built my dream house. That's just how I feel personally. If I built my clock-towered mansion, I could give my born female, of-age female, a castle to come home to. Be like, my lady, your Lord King Cobra has bestowed upon thee a palace in which we could live in. You know what I'm saying? If I built my second empired Gothic Victorian mansion, the big ass clock tower, the 48 bells. Oh yeah. Like, I would host the wedding at my dream house, and I'd hire someone to play the carillon for me. They could play Here Comes the Bride on the carillon bells. You know what I'm saying? Classy. Instead of releasing doves into the air when we got married, me and my of-age potential wife, I would release ravens into the air and crows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, wait for a nice sunny, clear day with the most perfect weather. Have like a nice outside wedding, decorate the fuck out of it, and make it look elaborate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. You know, there's nothing like, for some women, being committed to the relationship isn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Which you got to understand their situation. If you've been with a chick for like 2.5, 3 years, and you manage to make it work, at some point she's gonna wonder, hey, when's he gonna poop? I mean, pop the question. Oh. There's a mentality in our society for women that says if you're not married before you're 30 or 40, you're going to be a lonely cat lady the rest of your life. And the same mentality tells men, hey, if you're not getting pussy, you're a little wuss, beta male piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. A man's masculinity is measured by how much pussy he can get his dick inside. And guys will give each other the most shit for that. What happened, you wuss? I thought you were gonna get her phone number. Haha, you got friend zoned, you pussy. And women are no different when it comes to like getting married and shit. They'll be like, oh, look at that. Stacy's the last one to catch the bouquet again. Oh, don't worry, Stacy, you'll find someone. And then behind her back, they're like, oh my gosh, she just did this. She could find a man. You know what I'm saying? Women and men are catty towards each other like that. And the sooner we break that mentality that, you know what, it's okay if you're single, sexless, and not married. It's okay if you're in a healthy relationship. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my question is, even if you are in a committed relationship, when the girl uses sex as a weapon to get what she wants, what do you do as a guy? So my thought process here is just to not be phased by this threat, just continue along the path as a man. Listen to what the...
Well, a lot of this depends on how badly the dude wants it. You know, the dude who emailed Bulldog Mindset said his thought process here is to not be phased by the threat, just to continue along the path as a man, listen to what the girl is saying, but not be pushed or forced into doing something just for the sex. And I agree. But how badly do you want it? How badly do you want it? When you're hanging out with your guy buddies and they're all bitching because they can't find a girl, and when your guy buddies are giving you shit because, dude, your girlfriend is way too hot for you. How the fuck did you score that? You're going to be thinking to yourself, yeah, sucks to be them, but in the back of your mind, you're just like... So a lot of it depends on several things. One, how badly do you want the sex? And two, is your girlfriend high maintenance? The thing about attractive women, when they have everything handed to them and they get told, oh, you're such a good-looking girl, blah, 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 they come to expect that treatment. This is why a lot of attractive women are stuck up, vain, and high maintenance. Not all attractive women are like that, but the good majority. And it's the same for men who are attractive as well. Like good-looking people, they get used to this treatment by society. You know what I'm saying? In the back of his mind, in the back of her mind, they know their other half is super attractive. They could have anyone they want. So to maintain that relationship, they'll do what they can to keep them happy. You've often heard the expression, a happy wife equals a happy life. Well, happiness comes from within, and if she cannot make herself happy, then nothing you do will ever make her happy. Well, think about it. Your girlfriend says she wants a pearl necklace. So you get her a pearl necklace with a little diamond underneath it, right? Oh, you're the best. And then, you know, the high from that happiness wears off, and now she wants a fucking fur coat. Then she wants a Mercedes-Benz. And then at what point, you know, if you give your girlfriend everything she wants and she's still unhappy, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I agree with what this guy who's emailing Bulldog Mindset is saying. You should not be fazed by the threats. You know, you shouldn't be like, oh my God, she's cutting off the sex. I better do what she says or I'm never getting my dick sucked again. No, no, no. You're giving your woman way too much control if you do that. And then your woman will get pissed off at you because you're not a man. Take charge. But then as soon as you try to take charge, you're being too aggressive. Why can't you be more submissive? Okay, so when it comes to relationships as a guy, you have to find that balance between being submissive and being dominant. If you're too dominant, she's going to think you're an asshole and you're too aggressive. If you're too submissive, she's not going to be happy. You got to find that balance, man. It's compromise. Now, you should do those nice things. You should do what your girlfriend wants you to do because you want to, not because you're going to get laid, bro. You're not being forced to doing it. And that's just it. The whole simp culture. Don't even get me fucking started, dude. Suckers idolizing mediocre pussy. Women expect us men to be nice and treat them with respect and do nice things for them. But as soon as we do, some women are like, oh my God, you're trying way too hard. Just stop. It's like, Now, if you got an awesome relationship with your girlfriend and people are simp shaming you for doing nice things for her, they probably don't have a girlfriend to do nice things for. So they get jealous and attack you for it. And the reason why I don't complain about the whole simp culture, even though simp culture is annoying as shit, is because women have been getting slut shamed for years for getting dick. So men getting shamed for trying to get laid and for trying to please their woman, you know, it just evens out the playing field. The whole simp / slut culture we live in is disgusting. Well, men may not get crap for having sex. They get praised for it. They'll get crap for trying to be nice to a woman. And to a degree, women do get shamed for having standards, but not nearly as bad as men. And you see this play out in the dating scene. But
The girl saying, but not be pushed or forced into doing something just for sex. I feel like it's good to listen to understand her side, but you don't have to give in to her desires just for sex. Again, what's your thoughts on this? Okay, so a lot of you guys can probably guess what my thoughts generally are going to be on this. But let me tell you, first of all, what this guy should do in this situation. All right. In this situation, his fiance is like, hey, you know, Jake, I'm not going to have sex with you again unless you give me a ring, and unless you propose and we get engaged. Then Jake should say, okay, I'm glad you told me that, because goodbye. You're gone. You're done.
As horrible as that is, it's the truth. Like, we got to examine both sides of the argument here. That's why it's called a gender relations rant. From her perspective, okay, if she's been in a committed relationship with that dude for 3 to 4 years, at some point, she's going to wonder, hey, when the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Does this sound like a lot of newlyweds? You're in debt because of student loans and because the wedding was super expensive. So for the first 5 years of your marriage, you're paying off student loans and that big ass fucking bill you had for the wedding. That's why the best wedding gift you could give a couple is money. You know, you might do something cute and cheeky and stereotypical and get them some fine china. No, don't do that. If you get your friends a wedding gift like that, that's just something for her to throw at him when she gets pissed off. And then blame it on him because, you know, he broke the china. No, getting the bride and groom fine china for their wedding presents, that's just going to end up being something for her to throw at him when he gets underneath your skin and pisses her off. Yep. So you're better off just giving them some money, because weddings are expensive.
The audition is over, and I'm sorry, someone else will get the part. You have to be
okay. But for guys in this respect, they're probably gauging out, you know, the freaking relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a rush to get married, you're going to end up getting divorced almost 9 times out of 10. So honestly, it's good to spend a couple years as just boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, you take turns spending the night and most of the day at each other's houses or apartments when you can, and sort of gauge out the situation and ask yourself, is this the kind of person that I want to spend the rest of my life with? And, you know, there were some guys who were like, well, hey, then that depends on what you want. You know, Bulldog over here says freaking, you know, if she says, hey, she's not going to give you any more sex until you marry her, and he says, well, then break up with her. That depends on what you want. If you love that woman enough, you'll marry her. But at the same time, going back to what I said earlier, is she going to be making demands like that for the rest of your life with your very stereotypical marriage? Hey, babe, where you going? Me and the buddies are going golfing, or me and the buddies are going fishing. Oh my God, you said you would stay here, and my mother's coming to town, and my sister just got divorced, and they need moral support. And you're looking at your wife like, so? Oh, but you know how I feel about my sister. Your wife has got it convinced that her sister is the favorite child. And you promised her in your own weird way that you wouldn't go out with the buddies and go fishing or go golfing, that you would stay at the house. And then your mother-in-law fucking hates your guts because you're not good enough for her princess. Even though you bend over backwards, sucking your boss's asshole for money, that's a metaphor, not literally, but metaphorically, you know what I'm saying? And it's still not good enough. You put up with a shit ton of crap at your job just to make a decent living. Your wife contributes to that as well. And you do what you can to make that happen, but it's not good enough for her princess, no. And then you're sitting there going, oh, great, the mother-in-law is coming into town. Oh, you mean the one that got divorced because her husband's a grouchy old asshole who can't get his dick hard and the marriage just fell apart, so that's somehow all man's fault? Because you know what's going to happen. as soon as your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law come to town. You're going to be sitting there in the kitchen doing something. Maybe you're grabbing a beer or making yourself a sandwich, and then you're going to hear it. Your sister-in-law is going to start bitching about how all men are the same and they're all pieces of shit. And then your mother-in-law is going to chime in, I know, right? And you're going to want to say something. You're going to want to walk into that fucking kitchen and be like, you know, how would it feel if men were talking like that about women? Oh, that's right. Women hate incels. So, you know, that's my whole spew. It's like, if women think it's disgusting when men do it, why do it to women? You know, why do it to men? Exactly my point. Like, gender relations don't have to be this complicated. Yet these doctrined principles in our society, these stereotypes, make it difficult.
Be that adamant about not allowing a woman to use sex as a weapon against you. Imagine what happens if he gives into that. Imagine what the rest of that relationship will be.
Imagine if men started using their bank account like that. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, imagine for 1 second, you want to use sex as a weapon and a leverage to get what you want in the relationship. Imagine if the guys were doing that crap with their bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same argument. I've seen girls do some pretty stupid shit just to impress their rich boyfriend. Oh, like, hey, babe, your tits are kind of small. You should get a boob job. Maybe some tummy tuck and a liposuction and all this other shit. So how is it any different? In the back of her mind, she's like, you know, I look good just the way I am. I shouldn't have to please him just because he's got lots of money. But then at the same time, she's looking at all the nice things she has. She goes, Like, it really depends how badly she wants that money and how, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's not kid ourselves when it comes to the whole women weaponizing sex and men weaponizing their bank accounts. Yeah. You know, you should have sex with your adult companion because it's consensual and you love them. You should never use sex or money as money to a degree is a bargaining system. I get that. Things cost money. Nothing in life is free. Tobacco pipes cost money. Tobacco costs money. Energy drinks cost money. Having the internet on your computer costs money. I get that. But you start treating sex like it's a bargaining system. Like, you got to find a healthy balance with that between being a courteous lover and using it as a bargaining system. You know, you can use it to get what you want in a relationship, but at the same time, you know, at the same time, you got to be willing to say, hey, you know what? I love my other half. She's fucking sexy. You know what I'm saying? She's having a bad day at work. She's stressed out. So you give her some back rubs. Tell her she's the prettiest. Then you eat that pussy like shrimp on rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, little things beyond the sex. If couples did little things for each other to show they appreciate each other, you would find you'd be a lot happier in your relationship. You know? You as the husband, you're sitting there watching the football game with your buddies, and then out of nowhere, your wife just comes in with a couple of sandwiches and 2 ice-cold beers. And, you know, she sits down on your lap and cracks open the beers and watches the game with you. Even if football's not her cup of tea, she knows you're into it and she supports you. All your guy buddies will lose their freaking shit. Oh my God, Chad is so lucky. His wife lets him have a man cave. I know, right? My wife gets pissed when I watch football. Oh. You want to have a man cave in your house and your wife says no? Okay, offer a compromise. Be like, you know what? I will turn a section of the house into a little area for you and your gal pals. Compromise. You got your man cave. She's got her lady den, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, babe, what color do you want your female den? Hang up, like, women's lib posters and shit like that. And I've talked about this before. If you get a man cave and you have a wife, avoid the cliche bikini-clad posters. I know as a guy, you're going to want to put hot chicks in bikinis in your man cave. But think about how that makes your wife feel. You know? She goes down to your man cave and the first thing she sees is, oh, look, it's Miss February. In the back of her mind, she's going to be thinking, oh, great. When y'all make love, she's going to be thinking to herself, he's totally thinking about her when we do it. Like, how would you feel, fellas, if your lady friend built a lady cave for her and her female friends, and she put up a poster of some dude that was like 4,000 times hotter than you, and the dude had the body you wish you had. The guy was just cut, dude. I mean, like, buffed as shit. You know what I'm saying? You'd feel the same way.
And how she will continue to use sex against him as a weapon for the rest of his life. In fact, as a man, you might ask yourself the question.
As a man, I ask myself the question, when men use what they have to gain leverage over women, women get so pissed at that shit. But when they do it to us, it's like they don't see the hypocrisy or the problem with it. I mean, dude, gender relations don't have to be this complicated. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm telling you right now, you got a wife, you got a girlfriend, get yourself some tactical soap and man up. All is fair in love and war, so gain the tactical advantage. You know, women, you don't have to try that hard to make a man horny. You really don't. All you got to do is freaking show up. You know, women will overthink it. They're like, oh my God, they can't find a dress that matches their nail polish or whatever, and they're freaking out about it because they have nothing to wear in their closet. You could show up in jeans and a freaking t-shirt, and you put your hair in a ponytail. We don't care. If we think you're hot enough, we'll buy you a drink. You never see a man's night at the bar. Hey, fellas, come on down to the bar. If you're a dude with a dick and balls, guess what? 50% off drinks. It doesn't work like that. You're never going to see a man's night at the bar. But ladies' night at the bar, are you kidding me? And they do that because they know you look at the bartender. Like, if you're going to buy a chick a drink at the bar, the bartender comes over and says, you want another one? You look at your bartender and be like, yeah, you see that cute goth chick in the corner? I want to buy her a drink. Whatever she wants, put it on my tab. That's how you do it. And then bartender might look at her and say, excuse me, but that goth gentleman in the corner bought you a drink. What would you like? She gets her drink. She might come over and say thank you. She might raise her glass and say cheers. You know, and that's the extent of it. There you go. If you have that one chick in the bar where dudes are trying so hard to get down her pants. They're buying her drinks. They're throwing the cheesiest pickup lines. Hey, baby, do you work at a funeral home? Because you gave me a stiff one in my pants. That's such a Sean pickup line. God damn it. Hey, baby, do you work at a funeral home? Because you gave me a cremation in my pants. Okay, stop. That's gross. No, but my pickup line is, hey, you like guitar players? I'd rock your world. Yeah. And pickup lines don't generally work. It's a great way to break the ice. But if you're going to throw a pickup line, you got to be smooth. You can't just be like obnoxiously perverted about it. Because women are made to feel self-conscious about their perverted side. Men are just as emotional as women, and women are just as perverted as men. And yet society tells men, you're not very manly if you show your emotions, or if you're just as perverted as the guys, that's not very ladylike. Kiss my ass.
If you are with a woman who does not want to have sex with you, is that a good thing at all, right? Do you want to be in that relationship? Your standard as a man should be that you are not in a relationship or seeing a girl that does not want you as bad as you want her. If she doesn't want you, she doesn't want to have sex with you, right? Which, if a woman is...
That's a good question, Mr. Mindset. Do you want to be in a relationship with a woman who doesn't want to fuck you? Now, I'm not saying she has to fuck you all the time, but like once in a while, you know what I'm saying? And the answer is no, dude. You know what I'm saying? What I want now, sex is not everything. That's just a perk. It's kind of like when you have a job, okay? The money you get from that job is a perk. You put the work in to maintain that job, you're going to get the money. Relationships are no different. You know, you put the work into it. Think about dating as like a job interview, and marriage is that job. You know what I'm saying? Why should she fuck you when she's got 10 other dudes lined up, just waiting patiently like...
using sex as a weapon against you, that means that she's assessing, correctly so, that your desire to have sex with her is much greater than her desire to have sex with you. You need to flip the script, guys.
That actually, I watched like 2 minutes of the video. I'm talking to myself thinking, you know what? Let's just do a video response. Exactly my point, dude. If your woman starts using sex as leverage, she's assessing that your desire for her is more than her desire for you. And that's not a healthy relationship to be in, man. You gotta find that one chick that wants to fuck you as badly as you want to fuck her. And I guarantee you'll never complain. Yeah. You find yourself a woman who's into the same kinks you're into, wants to fuck you as much as you want to fuck her, and you have everything in common. You like snakes, she likes snakes. You know what I'm saying? It can work. You never know, man. I could be hanging out at Frosty's Bar and Grill one day, just chilling out Frosty's or variants of, just hanging out at the bar, having a drink, and some smoking hot goth chick with a cobra tattoo on her arm come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, are you King Cobra JFS?" Yes, I am. Why? I love your videos. And that's all it's going to take, YouTube. I'm like, well, can I buy you a drink? I bought sex on the beach or a screaming orgasm. Oh! Oh, man. So I got my tongue up this chick's Asperger's, and she says, hey, do I know you? And I says, hey, honey, what's the fucking difference? Oh, my God. And that's what gets me about the hypocrisy of it, dude. Women think Andrew Dice Clay is a pig and he's offensive and all this other shit. But look at Amy Schumer. Oh, did I go too far with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if a dude says, you know what? I don't think Amy Schumer is very funny. I think she's crude, rude, and obnoxious. Women would say, oh my God, you're a sexist. What? Women can be funny too. Doesn't work like that for us guys, does it? If a woman says that shit about Andrew Dice Clay, like, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
You need to be in a situation where the women that you are with want to have sex with you more than you want to have sex with them. Now, that's not going to initially happen.
No, you don't want to be in that situation, because if you're in a situation where women want to have sex with you more than you want with them, a lot of guys would dream about shit like that, but once they have it, they're like, hey, girl, I love you, but damn it, can we take a break tonight? Shit. I don't know.
But it should shift in that direction, right? If you meet a girl and you have passed the shit test and you have evaluated that she's a quality girl that you want to spend some time with and things are going well, maybe, women are initially the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationship. So at some point, though, it should flip where she's now pursuing you. She's now wanting to have sex with you. And if she tries to change that dynamic, then hey, then you've just got an important message, right? If a woman in this particular situation, right, being engaged here, is telling you, hey, my desire for sex is not as great as yours, so I'm going to use it as a weapon against you. I'm going to penalize you. You cannot reward that. You have to basically dismiss her and say that's it.
And you got to think, dude, right around Christmas time or Valentine's Day, you're seeing all these commercials for K-Swiss Jewelers. He went to Jared. You know what they should say, in all honesty, with those commercials? Hey, if you want your girlfriend to give you some pussy and suck your dick, show her that she's pretty by buying her a diamond ring equally as pretty as she is, or as much as you can afford. Walk up to the jeweler and be like, okay, man, can I have that diamond ring? Well, can I have $10,000? Man, I don't have $10,000. Well, we can make an arrangement here, but it's not going to be pretty. What kind of arrangement? Well, if you drop your balls on the jeweler's counter and you allow him to smash your nuts with the freaking meat tenderizer, he'll give you the ring. Plop. Fuck. Can I at least have a shot of whiskey before you do it? Yeah, here's a shot of Jack Daniels. Okay. I'm going to count to 4 and we're going to do it, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Fucking goddamn it. Ow, shit. Fuck. The cobra eggs. Ah. And the jeweler's sitting there laughing his ass off like, hey, that reaction was pretty funny. Here's your diamond ring. He'd be like, hey, and then you walk up to your girlfriend and be like, hey, could you kiss him better? I went through a lot to get this ring for you. Oh, jeez. Now, as frustrating as women can be, that's the fun part of it, you know? It's the shit that keeps you guessing. You know what I'm saying? So there are some guys who will put up with the crazy bullshit because they like their woman.
It's not because do you really want to be in a long-term relationship with a woman who would do that and one who has a lower level of desire for you? Now, it's a hard truth to face.
It is a hard truth to face, but you're right. Do you want to be with a woman who has little to no desire for you? And the bigger question is, do you have to have sex to show your desire for the other person? The answer is no. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have sex to show your appreciation for your other half. That's just the thing of it. Like maybe she's not in the mood, or maybe she's having her period and she feels gross and disgusting and doesn't want to be touched unless you're giving her foot massages or back rubs. You know? But do you really want to be with a woman who has low desires for you? The answer is no. And you take the gender out of the equation. Do you want to be in a romantic relationship with someone as an adult with this other adult, and if they have little to no desire for you? The answer is no. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or bisexual, what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? That's just the cold truth. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're not desired. It's a harsh reality, bud.
But you're not turning that around. Okay, if she's already there at the engagement point, what do you think is going to happen a year or 2 years into marriage? You think that she's going to suddenly want to have sex with you again? No, it's not going to happen. Will she have sex with you? Of course. Is she going to want to? Probably not. So really important to consider that. That's why I would be very, very...
Yeah. You know the age-old joke about marriage? And once you get married, the sex stops. Yeah. That's a joke, of course, but the thing of it is, if you've been married for a long time, your sex life is going to get boring. You know what I'm saying? When you spend your life with someone, your sex life will get boring. You know, you may need to get things like KY Mine Plus Hers, wink wink. The pink and blue shit kicks ass. You know, you do things to spice that love life. That's why it's called spicing up your love life. You know what I'm saying? If you've been married to that person for a long enough time, you're going to do shit like that, you know, try different things like, okay, hey. But like, unless you're married, don't communicate certain things to your girlfriend because she will use that against you, or she can. The same can be said for women, because men are just as capable of using sex as a weapon as women are. You know what I'm saying? If a guy's got a big enough dick to satisfy any woman, he's good at eating pussy, and he knows how to twist the knobs on a woman just right to get her to orgasm every time. You know what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted. Like, and how is this any different than a man saying, well, I would fuck you, but you're kind of gross and fat. You should go to the gym and work out. You know what I'm saying? To which you respond with, ladies, Well, then let's go to the gym together and work out. It could be a couples activity.
Harsh in this case, and I would tell him to say, yeah, all right, you're gone, right? The engagement's off, you're gone. Don't get upset, don't get angry about it, okay? Just take that as important information. She just gave you a really important piece of information. She just told you that her interest in having sex with you is not so high. So you should use that information to your advantage.
This is where women have that stereotype for being materialistic. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, it's the woman's body. It's a woman's right. I agree with that 100%. But if she's lost the desire to be intimate with you because you haven't pooped the question, well, you got to think, if you've been in a relationship with your girlfriend for 4 years and you enjoy each other's company enough, you can make it work. You know, this goes back to what I said earlier. There was way too much pressure on women to get married and men to have sex. And because of that, this is why you see women weaponizing sex to get what they want. Because they know it works. So that's when you look at your girlfriend and be like, well, if I'm going to marry you, then this dick ain't going to suck itself. And then be like, you know what, honey, you suck my dick, I'll suck your pussy, we'll make this shit work. That's exactly how that goes.
And realize that you just dodged a bullet, because if you would have gotten engaged to her, how would that have worked out? Okay. Now, a lot of you guys, you make the mistake because you're like, oh, I can't live without this. Well,
right there. Exactly. You know why a lot of guys have this attitude of, I can't live without sex. Oh my God, dude. Yes, you can. And I am living proof of it. I haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years. And yeah, it sucks. It does get lonely. But waiting patiently and fighting for gender relations is a much better use of my time than bitching and moaning because I haven't been laid. You know what I'm saying? Going back to what I said, you know, if men have that attitude of they can't live without sex, then you're giving women way too much control. And that's not good, fellas. Like I said, you have to be able to find a healthy balance between submissive and dominant. Women like it when a man takes charge, but occasionally it's nice to have her opinion be heard too and to be a bit more submissive. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's confusing as fuck. Believe me, I know. When a woman's sitting there saying, you're way too dominant, could you like tone it down a little bit? So then you go the complete opposite, and then she gets mad and says, why can't you be more dominant? It's like, what do you want? You want me to be more submissive? No, because then I'm not a real man. Oh, but then if I'm too dominant, I'm an aggressive male. Piss off. Okay, you have to find a healthy balance between being dominant and submissive.
If you can't live without it, you're going to. And that's how it is with anything in life. Anything in life that you say, I can't live without, you're most likely going to have to. Because, ironically, most of the things that we want in life, the neediness of wanting them causes us to lose them, especially in relationships.
Exactly. That is the truth. That is the freaking truth, okay? If you're clingy or needy in a relationship, and this is why treating sex like it's a need is toxic, okay? This is why when people say, Cobra, you need to get laid, I'm like, no, I want to get laid. There's a difference. I don't need sex to be happy, you know? I could sit here on YouTube, smoke my pipe, do a rant, play some guitar, and be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody needs companionship to be truthful. I can watch some hot chicks on Chatterbaits, jack off to those hot chicks on Chatterbaits, and be content. You know, it's not as good as having the real thing in front of you, but...
Especially with sex, especially with women.
And that is the truth, YouTube. The more you need something, the more likely you'll lose it. Okay? And if you come off as someone who's very needy when it comes to sex, you're going to scare women off. That's just the truth. Unless you find that one chick who's like a nympho and she's fucking psycho crazy for your cock, then, yeah, you got a match made in heaven, right? But that's just it. For the most part, you know, I agree with Bulldog Mindset 100%. The more you need something, the more likely you are to lose it. That is the truth. So, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I bet you all the people telling me I need to get laid are having less sex than I am. That's the fucking truth, because they're more concerned with my sex life than they are their own.
There's no woman that you can't live without. There's no sex that you can't live without. You can live without it, and you must, because you must have standards as men. And
here's the thing of it, to add on to that point, if you have this attitude of you can't live without that woman, or you can't live without sex, then women and sex are going to control your life. And dude, no. Don't be that stereotypical guy, that beta male piece of shit that's just like, he can't live without sex. Oh my God. No, be an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Make her work for it for a change. You know what I'm saying? You throw on some tactical soap, you dress all sharp, you clean up, you show her your handsomer side, you show her that, hey, I can clean up, and I look good when I clean up, kind of thing. And you know what you have to say to yourself? If she don't want to fuck me, that's her loss. Regardless of how big your dick is, regardless of how much money you have in your bank account, you have to have that attitude, man, that alpha male attitude of that's her loss, not mine. It's important, like I said, for both women and men to know your self-worth on the dating scene. And this is why a lot of women and men will end up in shitty relationships, because either they don't fully realize their worth on the dating scene, or they think they're not good enough for a real person, so they settle for less. They're afraid to have standards because people get judged for having standards. Although men will get judged more for having standards than women. Let's just be real about it.
if you think about it, why would a woman be attracted to a guy that she could manipulate and that she could twist around her finger by dangling sex in front of him?
Yep. Well, there are some women who are attracted to that. Let's be real, okay? There are some, like, I've seen it firsthand, dude. There are women out there who are total heartbreakers, and they'll have men twisted around their finger doing whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? You know, the kind of chick that as soon as she's having troubles with her guy friend, she'll have like 5 or 6 other guys lined up trying to comfort her. Like, oh, it's okay, honey. Fuck that piece of shit. Okay. Don't be that guy. Okay, if you're trying to comfort her, okay, don't comfort a woman unless she asks for it. You know what I'm saying? That's good advice right there. That's how I feel about it. Unless she asks to have comfort, someone to talk to, someone to be like, hey, you know what? Because when you got 5 to 10 other guys fucking lined up, total sausage fest, trying to get down her pants, it's so fucking obvious. They're right there at the blink of an eye. As soon as she mentions, her and her other half are fighting, just like Roadrunner. Mimi, they show up on the spot and they're like, oh, hey, it's okay. Fuck him. You can do so much better. And she may like it. There are some girls who like that crap, but at the same time, they're like, putty in my hands. You know what I'm saying? And for guys, that's how sex is. Like, it's frustrating if you have to work for it, but at the same time, the reward, you know what I'm saying? Well, think about it. If a video game is too easy to play, and you like playing video games, you'll get bored with it. You know, people like being challenged to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But, hey.
I think about the guys, right? We talk about, the stupid word I don't like of simps. We talk about simps all the time today. It's such a common word. Everyone's calling each other simps. What does it mean to be a simp, right?
Oh, see, Bulldog Mindset agrees with me. The whole simp culture. Ugh. Yep. Women have been getting slut-shamed for trying to get dick and do nice things for their man for years. So now we've evened the playing field out with this modern-day millennial culture we live in. Like, I'm so sick and tired of simp/slut-shaming culture. It's disgusting. Like, it's their sex life, dude. Who are you to judge? You know what I'm saying? If that chick over there is fucking 10 dudes in like a week and then takes like a month off and then fucks another 5 dudes, that's her sex life. That's her body. As long as the adults she's with are old enough and they're consenting to it, there's no rape or domestic abuse or any of that crap. Who the fuck cares? It's her life, dude. You know what I'm saying? If guys try to do nice things for their women, oh, you're such a simp. Oh my God, bro, you're simping so hard. Hey, guys are simple, but that doesn't make us simps. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because guys, we have a simple mindset. That doesn't make us simps. Okay? When it comes to communication with men, we're simple. You know what I'm saying? You tell us, hey, move the couch over here, we'll move it. You know, women, they'll be like, I'm not sure if I like the couch over here. What do you think? That's her subtle hint of saying she wants you to move the couch to improve the feng shui of you and her's living space. And in a logical world, she would just ask you politely instead of relying on subtle hints. But
it's implicating, right? To basically be a person, a man who is adoring a woman for her beauty or whatever it is, and not having self-respect, right? To be a simp is to want something, right? To be so needy that you're willing to give out validation and praise and all this stuff with getting nothing in return, even though you want something in return, right? See,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you're lusting after a woman and doing all these nice things for her, but you have no self-respect, that's why simps have a hard time getting laid, to be honest. It's because women are going, this is too easy. She'll be happy temporarily with it. You know what I'm saying? But in the long run, if she's not happy with herself, then, you know, But think about this for a second. Is it simping or is it not? If you see a girl you like and her boyfriend treats her like shit, her birthday comes up, doesn't get her anything for her birthday, but you get her something for her birthday, and you just, you spend time with her as an acquaintance, a friend, whatever, and then you stop hanging out for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? You're showing her that, hey, you know what? The man you're with ain't good for you. And you can find other guys who will do things for you that he won't. And you can do that without being a simp. You know what I'm saying? You have to have self-respect before you can respect anyone else. And you have to have happiness within yourself before you can be happy with someone else. Exactly my point. Hold on a second. Holy crap. Yeah, my phone is blowing up. You need to get laid, dude. LOL. See, I'm not even going to respond to that. Block. I feel sorry for my trolls. I really do. Select message. Delete. Like, I don't know why my phone's gotta blow up every time I do a fucking live stream. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't mind when the fans call and they're like, hey, man, what's up? Love your videos, right? Okay, you know what? We got a no caller ID. Let's humor them, shall we? They're trying to count anymore. You stab them, we slap them. Oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to put the phone on airplane mode. There we go. One person texted, great advice, Cobes, helps a lot. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate that. If this video I'm making is helping anyone on the dating scene, then if it helps just one person, if any of my gender relations, dating advice, rant, what have you videos are actually helping people, if it helps just one person find their soulmates or what have you, or helps them better understand the opposite sex, then it'll have been worth it.
To be a high value, guys, to just give out whatever. You don't care. Like you give out praise to people, you give compliments to people. You don't care because you don't want anything in return. You don't need anything in return. You got plenty of stuff. Okay. But to be a simp, right, is to want something in return. So what kind of woman would be attracted to a guy that she sees as a simp? Right? You're simping for sex. If you're basically going to meet those demands, okay?
Exactly. Okay, exactly. You should not do nice things for your woman strictly based off of how much sex she can give you. Okay? You do nice things for your woman because you want to see her smile. Her beautiful smile just lights up your world. You know what I'm saying? Your girlfriend's happiness lights up your world. You could give 4 flying fucks less whether she fucks you or not. Yeah.
So let's talk about what this gentleman said here. But
at the same time, it's like, men are getting simp shamed because they want sex. Women are getting slut shamed because they want dick. Like, wanting intimacy like that with a fellow adult is a very natural human instinct. It's It's primal. It's, survival of the fittest kind of thing, It's okay to want to desire other adults for companionship, but I feel like that if society is chastising both genders for wanting the same thing, basically, just shaped differently, okay, then people are going to actively pursue relationships a lot less.
By the way, if you want to ask me questions on Instagram, follow me at Bulldog Mindset, and if you DM me, I usually respond with a video response, okay, when I have time. But go check it out. So he says here, my thought process here is to not be fazed by this threat. Just continue along the path as a man, listen to what the girl is saying, but not be pushed or forced into doing something just for sex. And he's right on here, right? So in other contexts, right, like it depends, right? You can act, really, really harsh with this, right? You could, as soon as you detect that a woman is trying to, use sex against you as a weapon, you can respond by basically showing her the door, right? Now, I would say that that's not always the best response, okay? It depends on how explicit it is, right? If a woman explicitly tells you, hey, you need to do this for me, otherwise you're not getting sex, the door. The door is the appropriate response, okay? Because you've explicitly made this clear, so I'm going to explicitly make this clear, which is that's not something I'm going to tolerate. No thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. See you later, right? You have to be that.
Okay. If your woman goes out of her way to do nice things for you, like she brings you and her a beer while you're watching football with the guys, and she'll sit down and watch like 2 quarters with you of the football game. All your guy friends are losing their shit. You in turn do things for her that make her female friends go, oh my God, Cheryl, you're so lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, your woman says, hey, she's got 2 tickets to this talk show, and it's a woman's talk show. You don't want to go, but you go anyway because you want to support the things your wife does or your girlfriend does, whatever, right? And the second you go to this freaking talk show, you're the only dude in the audience dumb enough to sit there with his woman. And for the next hour and a half, it's just a bunch of catty older women bad-mouthing men for like an hour and a half straight and talking all this mad shit. And if you dare say anything to counteract that, yeah, but not all of us are like that. I mean, every woman in the room just goes silent and looks at you like, how dare you speak out of turn, you cis male? Know your role in society. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen these, like, could you imagine if there was a show for guys? We're all just sitting around drinking beer, scratching our nuts, working on cars and bad-mouthing women and burping and farting. You know what I'm saying? Women would hate that shit. Like, and then you walk up to your wife and like, hey, babe, I got us 2 tickets to the Man Show. You want to come with and watch it with me? And your wife just looks at you and goes, why?
Clear. Now, if it's more subtle, okay, which it is more often, it's more subtle. It's like implied, like, oh, I would feel more in the mood if you did the dishes. Those dishes need to stay in the sink, okay?
If your girlfriend says, hey, I would feel more in the mood for sex if you did the dishes, because heaven forbid you ask your girlfriend to do the dishes, she might call you a raging sexist. You know what I'm saying? This is why I've said this on my channel before. when it comes to doing household chores, you and your other half, if your other half is capable of doing the chores, you share the responsibility of the chores. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? You help each other clean house. When you help each other clean house, trust me. Okay, the strategy, doing chores sucks ass. Nobody likes cleaning. Well, some people do, but you know what I'm saying? So you get yourself a nice bottle of wine. You and your girlfriend strip down naked to your underwear, and you make it sexy, fun cleaning time. You blast each other's favorite music. You sip some wine. And if nobody's home, you clean the house. And then, oh. And then here's what you do. You save cleaning the bed and making the bed for the very last. Everything else in the house is spotless, clean. And then you clean your bedroom. You know, you change out the sheets and all that good shit. And then when the house is done being cleaned, you and your other half equally share the responsibility of helping each other out. You fuck like jackrabbits on top of that clean bed. And here's what's going to happen. You're tipsy from the wine, and you get done having sex, and you're like, fuck me. The house is clean, and you just got some pussy. Yeah.
That's where the conversation ends. That's where you show some really disapproval. You say, really, you're going to use.
You know, that's just it. If your girlfriend says, hey, you know, I'd probably fuck you if you did the dishes. You know what I'm saying? That's when you look at her and say, who cares about sex? Why don't you help me do the dishes and make it a couple's activity? Because at the end of the day, if she contributed to the dishes being in the sink as much as you did, and she's more than capable of help, like, okay, it's one thing. Like, let's say your girlfriend can't wash dishes because she's allergic to the soap that's being used, or her skin is super sensitive. That's the only exception, right?
Sex is a weapon. Call it out. Whatever it is, your response has to be just continue on your path.
Yeah, you can't respond to her threats. I mean, like I said, if you make it way too easy for her to bend you to her will, at first she'll love it. Having that submissive man that does whatever she wants. At first she'll love it, but then after a while, she'll get sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Some girls like it when their man just throws them on the bed and fucks the shit out of them, you know? Lets out his animalistic instinct and fucks her like a man. You know, some chicks are into that shit. Like I said, you have to find a healthy balance between being submissive and being dominant. If you're too dominant, she's not going to be happy. If you're too submissive, she's not going to be happy. And ladies, let me know what y'all think. You know, do you want your man to be too submissive or too dominant, or do you want your man to be somewhere in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the best part of it. If your girlfriend threatens you with sex and threatens to take it away or grounds you from it, like, you're grounded from sex, mister. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, your girlfriend doesn't want to cuddle you, so you know what you do? Fucking jack off right in front of her. And if she really pisses you off, be like, oops. Oh, you asshole. You get it all over her back. Oh, sorry. I don't got a scope on this thing. It just... No, but what you really do is, you know, you go out of your way to show her that she's missing out, and you start dressing better, smelling good. You go out of your way to show her what a real man can be like. You know, you go out of your way to be romantic and spontaneous and mysterious. You keep her guessing, all that good shit. At first, she's going to think and say, just because you're doing all these things for me doesn't mean you're getting some pussy. And you be like, and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't know. You be like, what? Okay. You're going to be like, yeah, I know. I don't care. And you keep doing that until she breaks. And when she breaks and offers you some pussy because you're the man of her dreams now, you look at her and be like, nah, I'm not in the mood. You said I was grounded from sex. You said I was grounded from your pussy, remember? See what happens. You know what I'm saying? One of two things are going to happen. One, your girlfriend's going to get pissed off and say, fine, I don't want to fuck you anyways. Or two, your girlfriend's going to fucking take what she wants. You know what I'm saying? And if she gets pissed off and says, well, fine, I don't want to fuck you anyways, be like, oh, babe, that's your loss. And then just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
And not allow that to phase you. You cannot respond to that threat at all, right?
That's the thing of it. Women will use tactical mind tricks to fuck with you because they're good at it. Women will use mental grenades, okay, to trick you and to manipulate you. Women are very good at mentally manipulating a man. Men do it to women too, let's be fair, okay? For example, let's say you and your girlfriend are having some stupid argument. And there's a classic female trick. She'll bring up your insecurities to get you to react. You know, let's say you're afraid of dying alone. So when she's pissed off at you, she says, well, you're just going to die alone without me then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And maybe her insecurity is she's afraid her sister is the favorite. So you calmly respond with, you want me to be alone because you want to be alone too because you can't handle your sister being the favorite. And that's going to cause her to get really pissed off. And then she'll say something else, you know, to try to piss you off even more. And that's your cue as a man to stay calm and keep feeding her the same crap she's feeding you. You know what I'm saying? And eventually your woman will get pissed off and call you a fucking asshole. And when your woman gets pissed off and calls you a fucking asshole, do this, what every woman likes to say to her man when she pisses him off because she's being a manipulative bitch. You look at her and say, babe, we will discuss this when you're a lot more calm. Then she might try some bullshit like, of course you won't have a real conversation with me because you're not a real man. That's her final attempt to try to fucking get you to lose the argument. Don't fall for it, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Women will attack your masculinity and attack your insecurities when they know they're losing the argument. So you call her a cunt or a bitch or a slag or whatever. And she goes, I know I was being a bitch, but that's no reason to call me names. That's it, mister. You're grounded from the pussy. And you're doing dishes for 2 weeks and sleeping on the couch. And then she storms out of the room. And of course, like a simp beta male piece of shit, you're doing the dishes going, fuck, I had the argument. I was so close to winning. What went wrong? It's because you let your ego as a male and your masculinity your stubborn male pride get in the way. And women who use that against you in the arguments, it's a cheap, dirty tactic, but it works. Because whenever a man, pretty much 95% of men, when their masculinity is challenged, they get aggressive and they immediately do shit to prove just how manly they really are. Because in our society, a man's masculinity is constantly questioned. You see some guy drinking an Angry Orchard. Angry Orchard is delicious, hard cider. So is Red's Apple Ale, in my opinion. But some guy goes, "Oh my God, you're drinking an Angry Orchard? That's a pussy drink. That's a girl's drink. Real men drink Bud Light." So, of course, and that's just an example of what I call toxic masculinity. When men judge each other based off of the drinks they drink. You're sitting at the bar having a beer with your buddies, and some dude across the bar orders the house special. And the bartender's making it. It's got like 20 different rums in it. It's colorful and fruity. It looks delicious. And then your chauvinistic, toxic male friend goes, "Oh my God, look at that faggot drinking that fruity drink." And in the back of your mind, you're like, "You know what? That drink looks good. I might order me one." But then as soon as you hear one of your guy buddies say that, you're like, so immediately you stick to sipping whatever the fuck you're sipping on. Quite honestly, I don't give a shit what other men think of me. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. Back in the day, I went to the bar/liquor store and got me a Steel Reserve Blue Raz. You know what I'm saying? I like flavored drinks. I'm not going to lie right there. But I didn't have a whole lot of money in my pocket. And just talking to myself, I was like, fuck yeah, man. I had enough for a Steel Reserve Blue Raz, and getting all excited, right? And this cowboy that was standing outside smoking a cigarette, one of them rodeo types here in town, looked at me and said, "That drink's for pussies." So I looked at him and started dry humping the can. I'm like, I likes getting of age pussy. He just looked at me like, "Motherfucker." I turned his toxic male behavior into a funny joke. You know what I'm saying? And this is my shtick on it. Like, before I met my first girlfriend, Stephanie, I thought I would never have a girlfriend. I considered myself at that point lucky enough to have gotten my first kiss. Right? But out of nowhere, it just happened. You know what I'm saying? It's because I quit worrying about it and just kept on doing my thing. And look what happened. You know what I'm saying? My point exactly.
You absolutely cannot. If you respond to the threat in any way, in the sense that like you give in or you try to negotiate or you try to argue it, you lose. Okay, so don't even argue. Don't even.
Yeah, arguing with women doesn't work. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? What it comes down to is men and women are equally as stubborn, equally as sexist, equally as oppressed. They both have privileges. And when that battle of the sexes clashes, you see it.
And be like, "Wow, you're using sex as a weapon," and then she responds, and then you say, "I don't like that," you know, whatever, and no, you don't engage with that. You call it out, right? And you say that you don't tolerate that, and that's it. That's all you have to say about that. And then you don't give in, and then you don't do anything, and then you just continue on your life. Don't try to penalize, don't try to do anything, or you show her the door, right? If she's doing it explicitly, if you feel like this is a pattern of behavior, if you feel like she's not even worth it, that who the fuck are you to, hey, I was trying to not curse in this video, but I mean, I am saying sex a lot, but if you if she's not even of value that it matters, that you're like, who are you to try and even do this, then just show her the door, right? You have to be willing to walk away, right? If you guys are so caught up on the sex thing that you can't walk away, you're going to give up all your power, right? So again, like I said, now women don't do this.
Exactly. If you're hung up on the whole sex thing, you know, at some point you have to be the bigger man and walk away and be like, you know what? And that's just it, ladies. If the situation was reversed and your man was using his dick as a leverage to get what he wanted in the relationship, women would fucking hate it. You know, like, that's just it. If men were sitting there saying, hey, you know what? I can't fuck you because you won't shave your legs. It's disgusting. Women would lose their shit. Or like, I can't fuck you because you don't put enough makeup on, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Women would lose their shit. But there are some women who do this, that they will use sex as a leverage to get what they want. And they don't see a problem with it. Now, some people are going to argue and say, yeah, but a woman's appearance is so much more different than asking for a hand in marriage. You're right, it is. I mean, it's a loose stretch to compare the two, but you get what I'm saying. The main point is, if you're using sex as a leverage to get what you want, instead of using it as a way to grow closer to your partner intimately, physically, mentally, and spiritually, then you're taking all the fun out of it.
Maliciously, not necessarily. Like, they're doing it because it's their power, right? Women have in a relationship as initially the power of sex, right? They're the guardians of sex, the gatekeepers. Men are the gatekeepers of commitment. Okay,
so commitment only works as much as the commitment they're willing to put in. So this idea that women are the gatekeepers of sex because they have the vagina, and men are the gatekeepers of commitment because blah, 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 you know. Well, I don't know. I agree with it / disagree with it, because commitment is only going to work if the other person is willing to be committed too. Because if a man shows all this commitment towards a woman and she does nothing to appreciate it, then he's being a beta male simp, basically. You know what I'm saying? If she's showing all the commitment, but he's not doing anything to show he appreciates it, then she needs to find a better man. And this idea that women are the gatekeepers of sex, hey, you know what? It's not just your body, it's our body too. You know what I'm saying? The whole, it's your body, it's your rights. That also applies to men, whether you like it or not. And if you say it doesn't, you're a fucking sexist and you're a raging hypocrite.
Of the relationship itself. And so, like I said, women want to get commitment from men, men want to get sex from women in general. Okay? This is generally how it goes. I know some of you nice guys, you just want some to a shoulder to cry on and a girl to hug you and some validation. That's different. Once you get that, then you want sex. All right? So that's generally how it is. So they're going to use this weapon, of course, and you have to not allow yourself to be used. Okay? You cannot respond to this at all. Again, you know, a lot of you guys that are in kind of long-term relationships, like I said, I have a lot of guys that I coach where they're talking about how their wife doesn't have sex with them anymore. And I'm going to recommend you a really good book. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guys by Dr. Daniel Glover. I had him on the channel before. Really awesome guy. Really great advice in that book. I highly recommend it. It's up in the cards here. By the way, while you're checking things out, click down below. Check out the Bulldog Mindset membership. $7 for the first month. I am going to be raising the price here. I know I keep on saying that, but I am after the new year. I've got a bunch of things on my plate. But if you want to get in for the grandfather price, go check it out. Ton of videos on social dynamics, relationships, a lot of stuff that I can't talk about here. Building your wealth, building a business, investing in real estate, all the kind of things that I've been able to accomplish and be successful in life. I teach you all those things there in a very compact format, plus a huge community of men. If you want to become a strong man, you have to be around strong men. So go check it out, $7. All right. Now, what I was going to say about this is that in relationships, in longer term relationships like marriages, your girlfriend or your wife doesn't have sex with you. The problem is usually that you are trying to negotiate for sex. See, sex has to be a non-negotiable, right? What does my buddy Rollo Tomasi said? He say that desire is non-negotiable. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You should not make exactly what I've been saying. Making sex into a bargaining chip is not healthy for the relationship. And it could be because you're trying to negotiate the terms of the relationship. And it could be because you're not trying hard enough to seduce her. There could be a number of factors in play here. But what it comes down to is straight men, are very easy to seduce. If a woman shows up showing off her tits and her ass in a nice outfit, she popping that cleavage like it's no one's business. She puts on a nice red dress or whatever, easy as pie. But, would it kill men to every once in a while, you put on a nice suit, and you cook your girlfriend her favorite food at her place or your place or whatever. Just every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Your girlfriend comes home from work and the kitchen table has a cloth on it. There's candles, pink champagne, etc. You got rose petals sprinkled all over the place. And you got your tactical soap on, a nice cologne to go with it, and she's like, oh, what's the occasion? And you're just like, no special occasion. Just wanted to show you that I appreciate my woman and that you're my sexy goddess, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, your lady will appreciate it. Like, a lot of it depends on, like, one, are you treating sex like it's negotiable? And to a degree, it is. It's each other. You each have your own body. It's your own right. But two, are you working on things like seducing your other half, keeping it spontaneous, romantic, mysterious, and interesting? You know what I'm saying? Do you keep her guessing? Is she trying to figure you out, but she can't quite figure you out?
By the way, if you haven't checked out his book, Rational Male, you need to check that out. In fact, it's so funny. A lot of you guys read Rational Male and then you become irrational. I don't understand it. Because, see, this is just the nature of women. You cannot respond to these things in an emotional sense. You have to just take it as it is. It is what it is, right? I want to know the truth because it's the truth, okay? The truth does not personally offend me. It doesn't upset me. It's not malicious. It's not targeted at me. It's not unfair. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. And so the truth is, it is what it is, okay? So don't get upset about the truth, all right? So, again, a lot of you guys that are in relationships, what's happening is that you're trying to negotiate yourself, right? You're basically allowing or asking sex to be used as a weapon against you because you're saying, well, if I do this, if I do these things, if I do the dishes, if I pick up the kids from daycare, whatever it is, buy her flowers, then she'll want to have sex with me. And the answer is no, she will not. She will potentially do it as a negotiated transaction.
The idea that if you give in to her demands, you're letting her negotiate the relationship. You can't control whether she decides to fuck you or not. It just doesn't work like that. That's like saying, well, if Cobra, you choose to make videos, so you choose to be harassed by your trolls. No, I don't, dude. I don't control what my trolls do. All I can do is control how I react to it. And it's the same thing with sex. Like, if you're going out of your way, you know what I'm saying, to try to seduce your woman, you can't control whether or not she's like, oh, yeah, rips the clothes off and you throw her on the bed. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. You can't control that. All you can do is try harder or don't try at all. You know, if you're trying to steal a woman's heart, if you're trying to steal a woman's heart, do not try, just do. Okay? When men are trying way too hard or trying, it's painfully obvious. If you have a female friend who's struggling with her man's issues and their issues, and she's got 10 other guys lined up trying to comfort her, it's so freaking obvious they're trying to get down her pants. You know what I'm saying? And there were some women who were like, I don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? There were some women out there who were just, why me? You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is, dude. I've seen it firsthand. Women will get stressed out by that when they have too many men going after them. You know, it's like giving someone the most powerful staff on the planet and being able to wield the power of the universe at your fingertips, having all this power and not knowing what to do with it. That's exactly what it's like. And that being said, ladies, this is why I respect women, is because they have this power, whether you like it or not, whether you get to fuck them or not. It's just, that's pretty boss, you know? I ask myself, if as a man, if I had the power women had in that department, would I use it? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And you would too. Don't bullshit me. But that's just the thing of it. That very rarely works. Usually it's the other way around. You got 10 guys trying to fuck the same woman. It's never 10 women trying to fuck the same guy. Unless, of course, you know, the guy's like super smooth and has a shit ton of money. Rolls up on a Rolls Royce like, see my gold spinners. I have money. You know what I'm saying? Shows up in a tricked out Mercedes Benz like, girl, what up? I woke up in a Bugatti. Me and my bitch girl had sex in the back and we got naughty. And to fully understand this, well, think about it, fellas. If you have a woman that's completely submissive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure, it'll be fun. But eventually you're going to be like, you're going to get bored with it because it's too easy. You know what I'm saying? Some men like a challenge. That doesn't mean you make it so hard that he just gives up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, that balance.
Action, but it's not going to be enthusiastic, right? Because you have to have genuine desire. The way you have genuine desire is by being a man that's on his mission, on his purpose in life, and is focused on that.
Again, I think that can apply to both sexes. If you want to have desire, you have to figure out what you want in life and to have self-respect and self-happiness before you can achieve finding a girlfriend or a boyfriend. That applies to both genders. Doesn't matter who you are, man. You could have the hottest girlfriend on the planet or the perfect man of your dreams, ladies. If you're not happy with yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be happy when you have the best thing in front of you. It's the truth.
And doesn't allow these things, isn't trying to gain approval, isn't being needy, right? The same kind of attributes that I tell you guys as single guys going after women, it's the same kind of attributes you must maintain in a relationship. In fact, even stronger so. You have to be independent in the sense that you are not going to be controlled, right? But it's so tempting. I was just talking to a guy that I was doing.
And I mean, hey, there are some guys who are into that shit. They like it when a woman dominates them and takes control. They get off on that shit. Hey, no judgment here, man.
A coaching call with and he was having this problem with his girlfriend. He was trying to communicate it to me, and he was having a hard time communicating it because it's embarrassing, guys. I know it is. Okay, I've been in this situation before as well. And he was trying to communicate that his girlfriend really wasn't showing very much desire for him, wasn't really having sex with him anymore. And and I started asking him about what happens, what does he do, and I knew what the pattern was, right? He didn't even have to say it. I was like, well, okay, so you get into some kind of discussion with her, and you step on you're walking on eggshells, okay? So what he would do is he would get into this discussion, and he would disagree with her, or she'd do some kind of disrespectful behavior towards him, and he wouldn't call it out. He wouldn't say anything because guys are peacemakers, right? It's a very beta quality that a lot of guys have.
I don't know about that, but like, this is the problem with it. The reason why a lot of guys are not going to call out the bullshit when the opposite sex does it is because they know it's going to result in a fight, a verbal argument. Even though women are totally allowed to call out a man's bullshit, and nobody says shit. But to be fair, women have been oppressed for centuries. So,
it's kind of built into human nature. You have to kind of rule it out of yourself, which is being a peacemaker, trying to keep things at peace, right? Women want chaos and emotion and all this stuff. Men generally want peace. Okay, but
women want chaos and emotional bullshit, and men want peace. Let's examine that a little bit deeper, shall we? Society has taught women that men crave drama and chaos and unpredictability. And sometimes that's the crazy thing about estrogen is it is literally the yin to testosterone's yang. You know what I'm saying? Testosterone and estrogen can make people very emotional and very unpredictable. But a lot of that is just the behavioral patterns of people in general. Like, generally speaking, the only reason that guys try to keep the peace is because, do you think men like fighting with women when they're trying to get laid? The answer is no. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly my point. If your wife is pissed off at you, you ain't getting no pussy.
You cannot be addicted to peace. You have to be willing to create this.
I'm reminded of that cutaway in Family Guy where the dude is in school and he asks the chick, hey, you excited for math class? And the chick just busts out into tears and throws herself out the window. And the chick's friend calls her a jerk. And then the Family Guy cutaway says, this cutaway brought to you in part by men. Men, what the hell did we do? Exactly. And that's so true, dude. Like, men are going to sit there and ask themselves, okay, what the hell did I do to piss her off? And then when we ask her, it's usually the same old response. Nothing you wouldn't understand. And then they bitch because there's a communication issue in the relationship. Well, and this is why sometimes men just don't bother with it anymore, because they're like, well, if she won't fucking tell me what the fuck's wrong, then I'm not going to listen. And that kind of attitude, that is her test, okay? That is a woman's test to see if he really is committed to the relationship. And it's psycho mumble jumble women bullshit that they do, but it's the truth. That is her way of testing you as the man. How difficult can she make the relationship as far as communication issues go? And if she makes the issue of communication as difficult as possible, that's her way of saying, well, let's see how he really appreciates me. Let's see if he'll make an effort. And to some degree, sometimes men just don't give a shit. There are some real asshole men out there. But then, ladies, you end up hurting yourselves too, because, instead of going through this psychological mumble jumble bullshit test to really test him to see how he communicates with you, just tell him what you want. Men do not like having to guess. Okay, we're sick of guessing games. We're sick of drama, and we're sick of bullshits. Women are sick of bullshit. They're sick of men and their bullshit. And that's the common denominator amongst both genders. That's one of several common denominators.
Disruption. So what would happen is that his girlfriend would say something disrespectful, and he would just let it slide instead of saying, hey, don't talk to me like that, right? Or that's not acceptable, because he doesn't want to rock the boat. So then...
Exactly. If your girlfriend is being disrespectful and talking a bunch of mad shit about you, a lot of guys will be submissive in that department and not say anything because they don't want to turn it into a fight that she started. So they'll just ignore it. But you got to be able to say, hey, you know what, babe, I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. If I was talking to you like that, you wouldn't be afraid to say, hey, asshole, fuck you. And that's just it. If us men talk to women in a certain way that's degrading, disrespectful, they call it out with a quickness. And then it turns into a whole, all you men are the same argument, right? But there are men out there who are just like, you know what? Nope. So the first thing you need to say is, why are you pissed at me? And please don't talk to me like that. Let's have a conversation like adults about this shit. You ignore it, then, again, your girlfriend's talking all this mad shit. That's her subtle way of saying she's mad at you. She can't just say, hey, I'm pissed at you. Here's why. Da, 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 da. Nope. She's got to make you guess why she's pissed at you. You know what I'm saying? Women don't like when men, if women would hate it if men play guessing games. You wouldn't, ladies, if men made you guess everything. Oh, hey, babe, what's got your testosterone raging? Why are you so pissed off? Nothing, you wouldn't understand. Oh my God, ladies, you would fucking hate that shit. You would fucking hate that shit, dude.
He would get upset and he would be resentful and he would be trying to show her how upset and how hurt he is over time. And then, you know, comes down to the bedroom. She doesn't want to have sex with him. She doesn't want to have sex with some kind of whiny, you know, baby that's like, he's got his little feelings hurt, right? So then he's like,
oh yeah. That's what pisses me off about it. Is the woman's not going to have sex with you because she said something to offend you and your little feelings were hurt and now you're demasculated because you dare show emotion, but then turn around and you expect men to show emotions. Like, what? Seriously, what? You sit there and tell a man, oh, I wish you could be more emotional with your feminine side, blah, 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 blah. But then as soon as we do, we get chastised for it. And, you know what I'm saying? And think about that for a second. Like, ladies, what if your man had said something to offend you and then refused to have sex with you because you threw a bitch fit about what he said? You would fucking hate it. You'd be like, you're an asshole who doesn't take my emotions into consideration. And now you don't want to fuck me on top of it? Well, then you can, there's the door. Don't let it hit you with the Dark Lord Lucifer split you. You know what I'm saying?
rolling over in bed and making the noise, right? Have you guys been there? And I know some of you have been there, okay? And then he's more upset because she's not having sex with him, and she's losing so much traction for him this whole time. So again, so this is the same type of thing, right? In this case, how is sex being used as a weapon? It's using very, very covertly, and you're basically causing it to be used against yourself, because what you're doing in that case is that you are walking on eggshells, right? So the whole mindset of these guys that are in relationships, and again, I'm not blaming them in the sense that, I mean, it is their fault, but they don't know any better, because I was in this situation before. A lot of you guys have been in this situation before. Some of you are still in this situation. But the mindset here is that I can't do things wrong. Like if I upset her, then she's not going to want to have sex. So I have to walk on the eggshells, keep the missus happy, so that when it comes down to 9 o'clock tonight, I can tap her on the shoulder and and do my thing. You got to get rid of that. You got to take that completely out of your head. You got to say, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I say something that rocks the boat. Okay, because if I rock the boat, that's fine. I'm a man. I can handle it. If it means that I'm not going to quote get sex tonight, fuck it. Big deal. All right,
and that's just it. You can discuss your feelings without being an asshole about it, and that applies to both genders. If your other half says something to piss you off or offend you, you can discuss it without being the bigger asshole, which I know the feeling. Dude, when it comes to my trolls picking on me, sometimes I'm too quick to be the bigger asshole. And people look at me and go, okay, dude, Cobra, I know your trolls are assholes, but goddamn, dude, you're a bigger asshole than they are. And that's just human instinct. You know what I'm saying? That's human animalistic instinct. You know what I'm saying?
If it goes on for long enough, then I'll just find somewhere else. I'm not going to accept this kind of behavior. So you have to really truly have that mindset. If you don't truly have that mindset, okay, then of course sex is going to be used as a weapon against you. It's going to be, because it's a very effective weapon. Because your girlfriend or your wife knows all she has to do is just hold this thing, this sex, over your head, and you will be a good boy. You're never going to reprimand her. You're never going to correct her behavior. You're never going to say anything. You're just going to walk on eggshells. Okay.
Yeah, like women can, like that's what gets me. I'm not trying to pick on anyone. Like I said, got mad respect for women. However, women can quote unquote correct our behavior, but as soon as we try to correct their behavior, it gets taken as an attack, and that's where a lot of men get pissed on this issue. You know what I'm saying? And women know this, and they take advantage of it. They can, at least. So they will. It's like I said. You're a little fucking toy dog begging for a treat, and metaphorically speaking, your girlfriend's the master with that dog treat going, okay, Fido, jump higher. Oh, not high enough. You ain't getting any tonight. No, jump higher. And as soon as you bark to show your disapproval of the way she's abusing the system, well, you're the asshole. And at the end of the day, as a couple, you should not use sex as a bargaining chip. You should make your other half work for it a little bit, yes. But for the most part, treating sex like it's a bargaining chip is not going to make your relationship healthy or happy. Because at the end of the day, you want some pussy, your girlfriend wants some dick, and you're making it way too complicated. Okay, there is just no need to make relationships this complicated. But when you got 7 million women on TikTok all screaming #KillAllMen, and a bunch of asshole men who treat women like crap because they've been treated like crap by women, and vice versa, women treat men like crap because men treated them like crap, it's a vicious cycle that never ends.
Okay, in order to keep the peace, because if you disrupt the peace, you're going to lose the sex. And so that's the thing. That's the thing that you guys have to really understand, is that you cannot live that way. You have to be saying, okay, whatever happens, I don't care. And it's just a way to live your life, right? If you want to be a real man, okay, you have to live your life, accept the consequences. What do I say in the video? If you guys will watch the video, the 3 steps to become a man, or I might have it in the Bulldog Mindset membership. I've got some part of it in the Bulldog Mindset membership as well. If you, like I said, if you haven't signed up, go check it out. You're going to find that really useful. But what I say is that the last step of becoming a man is that you need to do what you want and accept the consequences for your actions, right? To live your life however you want and accept the consequence of your actions. So if you can't do that, you can't be a man. So if you are doing things because you're afraid of upsetting people, or not doing things, or not saying things, okay?
I completely agree. I'm all for political correctness, but at the same time, you can't control when someone gets upset by something you say. Okay, so you either live your life the way you're going to live it and just accept the consequences. That is part of being a man, is owning up to your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, if you're so worried about offending everybody, you're never going to win that argument or that battle, because you can't control whether someone's offended or not.
Okay, now, that doesn't mean not to have tact, okay? But if you're primarily trying to please people, be a nice guy, right? Again, the book, Nice Guy, go check it out, all right? If you're doing that, you're afraid to accept the consequences. So instead, what you need to do...
Everything in life has consequences, good or bad. I gotta take a squirt. I'll be right back. Wait. Grab ourselves a Mountain Dew. Exactly what I was just saying. Everything in life has consequences, good or bad. So even if you're the quote unquote nice guy who's afraid to take risks and, do things that might be challenging or might piss people off, you're still going to have a consequence to that.
He's gonna say, I'm not gonna hold back. Okay, I was just talking to someone the other day. I just said whatever I wanted to say. But no, I said it in a tactful way, but a lot of controversial subjects came up about politics, about things like that. And I explained my rationale. I talked about, but I did it in a tactful way. But the person I was talking to was like, wait a minute. This is weird that you're saying, like, most people would not say this. They would not honestly answer these questions that I'm giving them, because they would know that I'm not going to like the answer, or they'd be afraid. And I said, I don't live my life that way. I literally, you could walk out the door, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I have something to lose from this interaction by you not liking me. I am going to say what I want to say. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to make the choices that I'm going to make in life. And if it causes people to not like me, or if it causes me to lose deals or to lose opportunities, so be it. That's fine. I accept the consequences, because the alternative is to not be your own man, is to be owned by someone else. Okay, taking this back to using sex as a weapon, that's exactly what's happening. If you allow someone to use you, right, to hold something over you, if anyone has their hooks in you, right? I tell guys this all the time: never let anyone get their hooks in you. Okay, that means that you're controlled, that you're a puppet, you're not a man, you are not acting of your own will, you're not sovereign. The primary attribute of a man is that he does what he wants, he gets what he wants. That's
Exactly. An alpha male does what he wants and gets what he wants. Exactly. And sometimes getting what you want may take longer. Sometimes you gotta play the scene and be patient. But exactly, an alpha male does what he wants and gets what he wants. Freaking exactly. I want to do YouTube videos, so I make YouTube videos. I want to get more subscribers, so I get more subscribers. People are like, here's somebody who's unapologetically himself, and he's not afraid to tell it like it is, no matter who it pisses off. All for the greater good of improving, like, human relations, I guess. Not just gender relations, but, you know, going out and being like, you know what? I never would have thought about it like that. That person's perspective on things makes me think about things differently, kind of thing.
Had classified as the alpha male. So if you can't do what you want, you're not a man. So what you have to do is you have to take the hooks out of you. You got to say, look, and how do you take the hooks out of you? Well, the way you take the hooks out of you is you say, I don't care what the consequences are for my actions. My actions, my principles, my integrity determines what I do. What my choices determines what I do. The consequences, they come or they don't. You do what you have to do, right? If it means that you're gonna kill me, you got to kill me then, right? It's like, I don't know. I'm pulling that from a movie. I'm sure you've seen a scene in a movie where the guy's like, yeah, you do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, you know? And it's like, oh, I'm going to kill you then. Well, then you're going to do what you're going to do.
Exactly. And to that argument, I would say, look at my trolls. You know, they may never stop harassing me. You know, they may never stop. And that's their prerogative. But I'm going to do what I do on YouTube, regardless of what the trolls say or do. And the fact that I continue to do that on YouTube, despite being harassed the way I am, and the way I am being harassed, shows I'm a lot stronger than these pussy-ass, beta male pieces of shit trolls.
Right? Instead of cowering and begging for your life. Okay, so every time that you're letting a woman use sex as a weapon against you, it's like you're cowering and begging for your life. It's like you're saying, okay, I will succumb. I will not do what I want to do as a man because I'm so afraid of the consequence. I want to lose something, right? And sometimes by living this way, guys, you're going to have consequences, and they're not going to be good. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because I've chosen to live this way. Okay, I don't know if you saw. I've got a video here.
Living like an alpha male does have consequences. Like I've said, every action has a reaction. You know what I'm saying? That's how life works. Every action has a reaction. Everything. So if you light a candle with a match, you strike the match on the side. The action of you striking that match causes the match to light. And then if you take that match and you light the candle with it, and then, okay, and the action of you blowing on that match once you've lit that candle causes the fire to go out. Action, reaction. If you boil water on the stove, that's the action. The reaction is eventually that water will turn to steam and evaporate. Very basic, but you get what I'm saying.
I'll link to for when I got canceled on Twitter. Okay, or canceled in the tech community with my Simple Programmer brand. Okay, now since then I've relaunched my book, and it was #1 bestseller. It's doing really well. Okay, I'm gonna make a lot more money from that, but I lost at least maybe $500,000 in royalties from courses I had. I won't get to details, but I got the opportunity to apologize and recant what I said, and I said no. I said there's no way. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. I don't care. I make the choices. I do what I'm going to do, and I accept the consequences. So I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but it's really important. This is the underlying principle. So what should you do, guys, if a woman uses sex as a weapon against you? Simple. 1, show her the door. You don't accept that. You have a higher standard for yourself in life. 2, ignore it. Don't allow it to affect you at all. Just move on with your day, move on. Do not respond to it. Do not negotiate. Just say, call it out if you need to. Hey, are you actually trying to use sex as a weapon? Same as when someone tries to blame you or guilt you or manipulate you. You always call that out. Always call it passive-aggressive behavior, and then ignore it. You don't respond to it. You don't negotiate it. None of that stuff.
All right. So if you want to check out Bulldog Mindset, I'll pop the link to that video in the chat here. Now, before I go and hang out with some friends for the day, pop into GarageBand here. Now, when I woke up, there was like $15 in my PayPal, so I appreciate whoever sent that. All right. So we're gonna continue where we left off with the vocals last night. When you saw me triple layering the vocals and shit. And it may take longer to get it right on the money, just right, but in the end, it'll produce a better album. Mixing black metal with power metal, oh, dude. Like a nice orchestrated black metal with like orchestra pieces and heavy guitar, ooh, vocals, you know. And then adding in like power metal to it and shit. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't have a full-on orchestra, so I'll just stick with drum beats and some guitar and some vocals. It's simple enough to get the job done and create that effect without, you know what I'm saying? Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love it. And that kind of, after watching that Bulldog Mindset video, you hear the lyric, love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. That's the fucking truth, dude. I might, let's go on to work on the song first. I'll go on Teespring after a bit, and I'll make a Love and Vanity rock t-shirt. If you want to check it out, I'll make that after a bit. And, get some hype for the album going and shit. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Oh boy, this is going to be tricky. So... Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Okay. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Oh, dude, it's slightly off. Slightly off. I'll take that Danny Filth shriek and then layer it with some power metal, so it goes from being triple to quad, 3 to 4, yeah. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Yeah, not quite. And while I'm working on that, pop over to Teespring real quick. Okay, Analyx. Let's go to start designing. Go with the classic T, start designing. Make it black. Add image. Let's see here. In the back of the shirt's gonna say "Love sucks and we all die alone." Damn it all. I'm gonna have to make that JPEG a wee bit bigger. I want it to fit the front of a shirt. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Let's see how that do. Love is full of hypocrisy. Not quite. Oh boy. Okay, open. All right, go back to GarageBand here. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Jeez. Okay, so we're gonna open up GIMP, and we're gonna open the album cover. And we're gonna make the image super large so that when it uploads to Teespring, I can it'll fit the entire front of the shirt. All right, so Let's scale it as large as we can. Okay, that's large enough. I can always, literally, I can always open the program back up and resize it. So let's see here. Yes, just like that. I sized it perfectly. The whole album cover is literally on the front. That is awesome. All right. Should make the text pink to match the front. Yeah, why not? Love sucks. We can make the font super fancy too. I got a font called Black Rose. Haha! There's a black rose on the front of the shirt, so that font works. And I do want to add some more text. Want to make the other text like a blood red. I want to layer it so it's like pink and red. It'll look cool. Let's see. And make it match the pink one that I laid down. Do it like that. And there we go. Nice Valentine's Day color shirts on the back with the red and the pink. Once you accept the fact that we all die alone, you realize as a man that it doesn't matter if you get laid or not. All right. Let's take a look here. Got the back with the writing. Love sucks and we die alone. Front's got the album cover, Love and Vanity. Cool, man. That works just fine. Continue. Continue. Okay. Love and oh, okay. Love and Vanity rock T A rock TSHIRT for King Cobra's new album. Love and Vanity rock t-shirt. A rock t-shirt for King Cobra's new album, Love and Vanity. Short, sweet, to the point. Publish that. All right. All right, you want to check out the t-shirt? I'll put it right there. And yeah, that'll do just nicely. I'll put that in my upload defaults, and then we'll get back to making the album. Okay. Save. All right. And post it on to Facebook and then get back to the album. All right. All right, back to the album making. Almost 3 o'clock. Oh boy. I got some money from Customized Girl and from Teespring from selling some merchandise. I appreciate that. Holy fuck, man. $41.06 USD. I don't know where that came from, but hell yeah. Transfer that money. Maybe this Friday I'll have a brand new burger recipe for YouTube. To keep making money, as much money as I can make until Friday, and then Friday I'll go down to my bank and withdraw it. And yeah, sweet, man. All right, back to the album. I'm gonna have a smoke here real quick, and we're about to wrap up this here stream. Excuse me. We got a sick new goth t-shirts for the album, so that's what's up. That's just straight up the honest truth. Love sucks and we all die alone. Straight to the point. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. You better end the stream right now, boy. You don't tell me when to end the stream, boy. Got it? You're looking all fine where you live. I'd beat your fucking face into the cement. You don't tell me when to fucking end the stream, asshole. Block user. Bring it, pussy. You know what? You're hidden from my channel too. Fresh trolls for the slaying. Dude, if you don't like my stream, why are you watching? You know, that's what I don't get. My trolls need to get a life. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. That was so off, dude. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. So a little bit slower. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love it. Right there, baby. Oh, yeah. Right on the motherfucking money. Yeah, buddy. Right on the fucking money. Love it. And you. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Yeah. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. Love is full of hypocrisy, making making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. And I might not even, I don't know, try that again. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Ha-ha! Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Yes. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. The making on the power middle bit is slightly off, though. That's what's no. Damn it. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity. Not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making fuck. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. A little bit closer, but not quite. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. And I gotta keep that top track muted, otherwise the tracks will overlap and then the sound will sound extra high for that one little section, and then then the level of the song goes back down. It just doesn't sound good. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Okay, that one's not bad. It's a little off. It's a little bit off, but it's there. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. That's the overall gist of what it's going to sound like for the whole album, just that layered vocals and, you know. Love is full. Love it. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Of us. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. I don't know, hang out with some friends after this year's stream. But love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. 2-3 hour long stream. Damn. Reported for repulsive content. My content is not repulsive, dude. Well, it can be, but I'm not being repulsive with my content. I'm sitting here recording a damn album. And if you think my content's so repulsive, why the fuck are you watching? You know what I'm saying? What do you get out of this? No, sincerely, YouTube. I'll never understand haters because it's like, what do you get out of this? If you don't like my videos, you think I'm an ugly, retarded, boglum piece of shit, and you think my videos suck, and you think I'm delusional, what do you have to gain from watching them then? Absolutely fucking nothing. There's several YouTubers I don't like. So you know what? I don't watch them. I ignore them. I go about my day, and I'm a lot happier because of it. My trolls are so fucking miserable, they can't just let go of hating me. They have to do it. It's become a compulsion. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. A little bit slower on the opening and then. Love is full of hypocrisy. There we go. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. Fuck, it's still, man. It's tricky to get these lined up. It really is. Listen, tubes, you can't just change 10 layers of melody. No, then you really can't, man. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of melody going into this. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. God damn it, dude. And if I find myself getting frustrated with it, I can always save my progress and take a break from it. I'll give it a couple more tries. So if you don't see me streaming tomorrow, it's probably because I'm working on my album. This album's gonna kick ass. Love and hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love and hypocrisy. Oh, love and God damn it! I forgot to. It's all right. Try it again. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making... Fuck. One word off. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. Love is full of... God damn it, dude. Love is full of hypocrisy. Okay. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. God damn you, GarageBand. Stop system overloading when I'm trying to record the fucking track. Valentine's Day is not till February 14th, so I got plenty of time to get it done, but still. If I don't get it done before Valentine's Day, I apologize in advance, but this is my next album, regardless if I get it done before V-Day or not. It's frustrating when you can't get the track to record just right, so you retake it, and then GarageBand decides, oh, nope, system overload. I'm going to crap out on you in the middle of recording. This is why, if you can afford it, go to a studio and pay a record company to help you professionally record it. You don't got to fuck with none of this shit. All you do is stand in the booth with your guitar and your voice and let them do the rest. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the idols I look up to in music have all said the same thing, that the music scene is dead because nobody's using a recording studio. They're all doing it on GarageBand and shit. I agree / disagree. I agree because, editing your music like this, it takes for freaking ever. And you're going to retake the voice part several times regardless. But if you can't afford studio time, using GarageBand or softwares like GarageBand is the next best thing. The only downside is you have to edit it yourself, and that could take for freaking ever. And that's something I've been working on these last couple of years is my temper. I feel myself getting mad, and I'm like, nope. Autism or not, there's just no excuse to have a nasty temper. You feel yourself getting mad, take a couple seconds to break from the situation and just relax, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth getting worked up over. Because regardless if you have a temper or not, life is frustrating. And at the end of the day, this is gonna have that sound to it where you layer vocals like this, Speaking of, I wonder if there are any power black metal bands out there. Am I the only one trying to mix power metal and black metal? Probably not. Power metal, black metal mix. I see black metal videos. I don't see Nope, I don't see it. So there's probably a couple out there doing that same thing. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Not quite. Love is full. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy. Nope. Oh, that wind is howling outside. I'm not going to blame GarageBand for it. Sometimes that's how it works. Even if you're in a studio recording an album professionally, that's just how it works, man. You got to re-record it several times to get it just right. So, and honestly, that's another thing that helps me get over getting angry at this situation, is knowing that the rock stars I've looked up to have had to re-record music several times to get it just right. You have $4.55 available in your PayPal. Well, yes, I would like to have that instant transfer. Thank you. You know, and there are going to be people out there who are naturally going to be like, oh my God, I wish Cobra would quit making albums. His music sucks. And I'm like, you know, at least I'm putting myself out there. What the fuck are you doing with your life? You know what I'm saying? I got the balls to try to create a new sound in metal, and you're just sitting there talking shit. And there's some people out there who are going to like it and go, fuck, any of this shit's awesome. And then you make the music for you and for your fans. Who gives a fuck what anyone else thinks? Oh. Call it like demon power metal or some shit like that. I don't know. So I can layer it with demon voice too if I wanted. Love is full. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of... Nope. Black power metal. Let's look that up. Black power metal. Symphonic power black. Ooh, hold up. What do we got here? Atlantean sword, symphonic black / power metal. Ooh, I gotta give it a listen. Rune Shard, Dreaming Spire, Atlantean sword. Hell yeah. Give it another listen. Rune Shard, Crimson Gates. I dig it, dude. I can dig it. Sounds cool, man. I got 10 or 15 more minutes of stream, and then we're gonna close out, man. Dude, I know I spelled video response wrong. Who cares? Like, it's irrelevant. Like, if you're that triggered by the way I spell things, then become an English teacher for sake. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Oh, I forgot I already recorded that top track. Oops. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of Nope. Love is full of hypocrisy. Love is full of hypocrisy. Nope. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity. Nope. Love is full. Love is full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Full of hypocrisy, making a mediocrity of us all. Oh, it was only off-timed by one word, man. That's all right. I want to save the progress that we have here. Save as. Spend the last couple of minutes hanging out with chat here. I'll get it eventually. Like, I'm not worried about it, you know. Yeah, exactly. It's my music at the end of the day that I'm recording. So, like, you know, regardless if it gets done before Valentine's Day or not, I'm still going to make it, you know. Go ahead and turn the airplane mode off. And wait. Usually when I turn airplane mode off, the phone just blows up with text messages, but not now. Nope. Spoke too soon. Oh, I'm looking for the word mediocrity because that is the truth. I think the word you're looking for is, what was the text? Mediocrity. What the fuck? Cobes, I watch your videos all the time. Much love to you, man. Have a good 2021. Thanks, you too. I think the word you're looking for is mockery, not mediocrity. Okay, let's look up mediocrity then. Let's see. It says mediocrity, the quality or state of being mediocre. Heroes rising above the mediocrity that surrounds them. Yeah, so I used the right word. Dude, I appreciate you. I like what I'm hearing. Yeah, shout out to your girlfriend Jennifer. That's most definitely what's up. Yeah, love is full of hypocrisy and it makes a mediocrity out of us all. We rise above that bullshit to make it happen. So, Oh my god, dude. Again, if you've had enough of me, why the fuck you watching? Oh, here we go. No caller ID. They're trying to count anymore. You stab them, we slap them. You're gonna call me a pussy, but you won't use your real phone number, says this guy. That is hilarious. Hello? Yeah, didn't even fucking, yeah, whatever. Oh my god, dude. Hello?
Hello, Cobra. How are you?
Doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Great stream today.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Very informative. Have a great day, Cobra.
You too, man. Bye-bye. They're trying to count anymore. You stab them, we slap them.
Hey, Coach, listen up. I told you.
Hey, Cobes, I thought I told you, listen up. Told me what? That you're a little bitch. Yellow. Oh, man, these people have way too much time on their hands. Hey, Cobra, I thought I told you, listen up, man. I don't want you going live, you hear me? You autistic piece of retarded shit, boglum, ugly motherfucker. Oh, that is too goddamn funny. Oh, man. Now, here I am trying to make a difference in the world, and here they are just stuck in their same old bullshit, boring routine life. Get up, fuck with Cobra for all day. Shit, it doesn't work. He made a video the next day. Damn it. And you know what's going to be funny, too? Is all this time my trolls are wasting their life away talking mad shit, trolling me. Then one day they look in the mirror and they go, fuck, I've gotten old. And then that thought hits them in the face like, what have I done with my life? I've wasted 10 plus years of my life trolling this autistic on YouTube. He's almost 30 and he's got like 20,000 plus subscribers and growing. And I don't got jack shit in my life except a bunch of bullshit to say. Oh my god, it's ridiculous, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, hold up. Hello?
Hello.
Oh my god. No trying to count anymore. You stab them, we slap them. Would you ever make customized fangirl shirts? Yeah, I got a couple. Check out my link in the description box below.
Here, Cobra, you better go off.
You can't make me. You can't make me. Oh my god, suck my dick even harder. Oh my god, yeah, it feels so good. I love it when my trolls suck my dick. You better get off the live stream. You can't fucking tell me shit, dude. You can't tell me shit. Only reason I'm getting off is because I want to go hang out with friends. I haven't streamed for 4 hours straight, dude. Get a life, loser. I feel sorry for people like that. They're too much of a chicken shit to use their real number. Thank you for the suggestion. Love your videos, Cobe. You should try using headphones when recording your music. It makes so you can hear the tracks easier. Hey, man, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. I'll take that into consideration. Oh, man. All righty. 4:04 already. Well, YouTube, thank you for watching my video response. And thank you for checking out the merchandise. Subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. I'll catch you cool cobras later. Fuck the trolls.